the Furnace. I think it's fair to call this a true blue inferno.
They are playing in gumboots. They are so slow.
The way they're playing doesn't suit them.
The turnovers were crucial the other night. The unforced errors.
Horrible, Brownie.
That can't be the plan.
I don't know what that plan was.
Yeah, that can't be it.
Do you need to make the 8 this year?
I think we need to make the 8. Let me think about that. I think most of our supporters would say yes. I would say if we don't make it, it's not the end of the world.
No, it's not a failure. I mean, every day, just trying to get better. What we're building towards, I don't see it as a failure.
You don't want it then to filter down to the players. And what he has said has filtered down to Adam Cerra, and that's the last thing you'd want your players thinking, that maybe it's not about finals this year. And what Cerra did say there is it's about improving, and they haven't improved this year.
This is a club whose members and supporters and sponsors have been waiting for more than 2 decades. Surely it's a disaster if they don't make finals this year. Are they too accepting of mediocrity?
So if Carlton is attempting to condition the idea that they might miss finals, I don't think that's going to work. I don't think it's going to work with their faithful, and it certainly isn't going to wash with.
Not a disaster.
Did you think so? Adam Cerra was lamb to the slaughter.
Yep.
Like you can't win. It should have been the captain. You can't win as the player pushed out in this circumstance. Was he inspired by Giannis Antetokounmpo?
As soon as I read it, Scott Gullen wrote a piece in the Herald Sun today, and it just smacked of.
There is no failure.
Giannis. No failure. Failure doesn't come into in sport. Now, that provoked a lot of discussion in the States. Except Shaquille O'Neal said, no, if you get beat by the 8th seed, that's a failure.
Yeah, failed campaign.
Chris Fagan likes to say you win or you learn. They're learning a lot. They're learning a lot at Carlton. No, the expectation, don't worry about what we think. The expectation inside that club is that we're ready to roll, we're ready to challenge, and they're not doing that. Their game plan, their confidence, these new age words, connectivity. They're just not a good side, Jared. They're not a good team. So, yeah, there's a lot to do.
The strategy is not to get caught up in the inferno and have it undermine everything you're trying to build. So I get that side of it. And it's round 8, and they are in the 8. I mentioned that last night. They're in the 8.
Yeah, they're in the 8.
They'll want to be there at the end of round 24.
They won't be there at the end of round 12.
Yeah, well, that's in their hands, isn't it?
But then again, we'll find out what sort of spirit they got and how they can improve. They'll improve. Yep. They will get it together. It's whether Vossi can do it, the players can answer him, and they can bring it out in the field.
All right, let's bring in our players. I'm very eager to talk to them now. Jack Riewoldt and Tom Hawkins with us. The news is that Jacob van Rooyen has been unsuccessful. His 2-match suspension stands. These are not only 2 reasonable players, they're 2 iconic players.